The London leg of the Longines Global Champions Tour, presented by Qatar, was a stately affair. Not 20 minutes from the heart of the capital, the lush green grasslands of Syon Park played host to a strong British turnout as they took on the top riders in the world. The historic Syon House and Gardens, surrounded by 200 acres of parklands, proved the perfect setting for this pivotal 11th round of the championship. And the sun shone on the crowds as they gathered for the Grand Prix. Last year, Britain's Scott Brash secured his record-breaking third win of the season on home soil with Hello Sanctos, and he was hoping the local crowds would get behind him once more.
It's a beautiful setting, great for the horses, there's a lot of space. So no, it's great to be here and jumping in front of our home crowd. Every time we ride in and out the ring, our home crowd is amazing. And they were fantastic last year, and yeah, it's great to be jumping in front of them. So I think it brings out the best in us British riders. I'm riding Hello Sanctos, who's my best horse right now. He feels in really good form. He won 2 weeks ago in Estoril, so yeah, fingers crossed anything can happen, but he feels in good form.
The previous round in Chantilly had seen dramatic exits from some of the top names. But a lightning display in the jump-off from Belgian Gregory Waterley meant he claimed the top step of the podium on Conrad de Hoos. In the absence of leading rider Luciana Diniz, Scott Brash's 8th place finish kept him second in the overall rankings, but helped close the gap on his rival to just 3 points. Scott wasn't alone in wanting a home win at Syon Park. He faced fierce competition from one of the best-known names in British show jumping. The Whitakers are one of the most successful sporting dynasties, and with 5 of them competing in London, they would take some beating.
I started internationally when I was 17, so that's 40-odd years.
It must have been about 10 years of my life.
I'm 26 now, so 20 years.
All my life, really. Obviously born into it.
I've been in show jumping probably 50 years.
It's unusual that everybody does it, you know, more or less everybody. They've been going to shows since they were born. Biggest problem is finding horses for all this lot.
So how is it that so many of them have found their way into show jumping?
There's definitely something there, you know, because I've got nephews and cousins and brothers, you know, so there's got to be something in the genes.
I was interested. My mother was really keen, so she encouraged me, and then my other 3 brothers carried on.
Like John's 5 years older than me, and then Stephen was in the middle. So by the time I came along, there was ponies and horses around, you know, so it was just a natural thing for me to do.
They used to be on television, you know, after the news at 9 o'clock, and we used to be able to stay up and watch it, and the next morning we'd get our ponies out and practice.
You know, it crossed my mind to go into racing at one point, because I'd be the right sort of build and size and weight, but then I got a good horse when I was about 16, and that was it.
The youngest Whitaker, Jack, is only 13, but already reaping success in the 2-star class and following firmly in his father's footsteps.
I've kind of been around it all my life, and it's been part of my life since I was little, so I think that's why I came into show jumping and like it so much.
Yeah, Jack, he's a fair bit younger, but he's pretty confident with himself. I do obviously give him advice at the moment, you know, he seems to be riding really well, so I just leave him to it a little bit, you know.
He's got Michael anyway, so he's in good hands, and he rides really well. He seems really cool and calm when he's riding.
I always say, just keep trying and working hard and don't give up.
At 59 years old, John may be the eldest, but he's still very much at the top of his game. But does this make him the best rider in the family?
Who's the best?
Out of the whole dynasty, the best show jumper, that's a difficult one.
I don't know, because the best one might not have had the best chances or the best horse, or...
The best one, me.
If you go through results, maybe probably John at the moment.
Well, it'd have to be John or Michael. They've won the most, so until one of us wins more than them.
My dad and Michael, you know, they're very, very close together. They're both very good.
Well, John's won the most. So I suppose he must be the best.
I think I've been very lucky. You know, I've found good horses, got a good family. I'm nearly 60 and I jump against 17 and 19-year-olds, you know, and on my day I can beat them. Jumping was what I liked.
Ringside, the expectant guests looked on as 45 pairings from 19 different countries prepared for round one. Uliano Vezzani's course aptly incorporating the red pillar boxes from London 2012, with the fences set at the full 1.60 metre height. Switzerland's Jane Richard Phillips was first to enter the arena.
Let's have a look round, shall we, with the first one?
Yeah, Jane Richard Phillips to start us off. Pablo de Verton finishing in 13th spot just last week in Chantilly, and Steve's having a look at the track.
First of the related distance here is the oldest trick in the book, a big triple bar and half a dozen strides onto a Liverpool, 1.60 metre Liverpool. Another socking great vertical going in here, 160 into a very tight related distance here. 3 strides, 3 holding sort of strides, a little bit short to that front rail. Half a dozen strides around the corner, 7 strides actually to fence 6. The treble combination, I don't think this will ride too badly, it's big enough. An oxer, 1 stride and 2 strides. And then from a big oxer coming out of there, round the corner to a very flimsy, as James said, very flimsy plank there, right into the entrance. And then a big oxer here, again, over a Liverpool. 4 strides to a double of verticals, quite short, 1.60 metre apiece. And then turning back for home, a very tall oxer, 160, not that wide, takes a lot of jump in that. A turn around the corner, 7 strides around the corner, and 4 to the last. Not a bad round there for Jane Richard Phillips. 82 seconds is the time allowed.
An early clear from Kamal Abdullah Bahamdan set the standard.
Just getting a little bit checky.
Good man, well ridden. 77.99, 4 seconds inside the time allowed. A cracking round there for Kamal.
The first of the Whitakers to take up the challenge was William on Fandango.
First time for him on the Longines Global Champions Tour this year, and goes into 3rd spot so far on the 4 faults. There's John, his uncle, watching.
Cousin Robert was hot on his heels.
Whoa. Come on, John, ride every fence with him. Wouldn't be human if he didn't ride every fence for his son, would he? He's a very good rider, Robert.
Yeah.
And that's a lovely clear.
His uncle Michael looked to emulate his success.
Michael really rides every fence on this horse, doesn't he?
Leading rider Luciana Diniz was intent on increasing her hold on the championship.
Oh my goodness me.
Well, plenty will hold their breath watching that one. 75.22 on the 4. She could still go through to round 2.
A host of clears followed, from amongst others, Rolf-Göran Bengtsson.
That's a very important round, Steve.
Christian Ahlmann. And the crowd's favourite, Scott Brash.
And he's going to be one of the very quickest clears, I would think, as well. That would be his intention, surely.
Oh, there we go.
Top of the pile, fastest clear.
Penelope Lepreveau also sailed into the next round.
Lovely to watch.
But a shock exit for Daniel Deusser.
Something spooked Daniel's horse then. He looked in the VIP and absolutely looked like seeing a ghost.
And he was forced to retire. Just a handful of riders remained, all vying for a place in round 2.
Sheikh Ali bin Khalid Al Thani, Vienna Olympic for Qatar, this 10-year-old.
Yeah, we rarely see this one put a foot wrong, but in Estoril, under the lights, Steve, she was a bit quirky and had Ali off on the first day.
Yeah.
Ali's giving her a great ride, isn't he? He doesn't ride like an amateur anymore. Hasn't done for a year or 2. That was well ridden round there, because you have to carry him round that corner a bit to get a real good shot at that vertical.
Yeah, it was a great round.
Great ride there for Sheikh Ali.
Well, Ben Mayer now. Jane Clark's Seller, winner here back in 2013.
We're not going to get the Battle Royal, unfortunately.
Well, Ben and Seller, winner of a very good class in Paris a few weeks ago. And no, and definitely not going to get it, I'm afraid, now.
That tall oxer. That's took me off what I was going to say now. I mean, that is a most uncharacteristic run of fences for her.
Yeah, there wasn't, you know, she sort of switched off a bit. She was a little bit swishy today.
Now to Simon Delestre, currently 8th in the Longines Global Champions Tour rankings, winner of the Grand Prix in Antwerp this season.
That was beautifully done, wasn't it? Absolutely poetry, that was. Perfect stride at the oxer, landed, grabbed him on the first non-jumping stride and got the 5 easy, and then carried him over the 2 verticals. That was a very good round indeed. That's 11.
Yeah, 76 seconds exactly for Simon Delestre, Qlassic Bois Margot. There's Robert, because Father John is in the ring. Currently 9th on the Longines Global Champions Tour rankings. Finished 2nd in the Monaco Grand Prix.
Oh. You need a bit of luck sometimes, don't you? It's
exactly.
the way you hit them.
Yeah. If you're going to hit one, hit it on top.
John just took the 8 strides there just to
Double
keep your horse together.
Another rub there.
He needed to do that, didn't he?
He did.
Rode that perfectly.
He did indeed.
To the delight of the home fans, a battle of the British in the top 2 spots for Scott Brash and John Whitaker. A total of 12 riders going through clear and 6 on 4 faults. A surprising 18th place finish for rankings leader Luciana, now just seeking championship points in round 2. Away from the roar of the crowds and hub of the arena, one of the tour's most influential characters is hard at work. The part they play is sometimes overlooked, but Hannah Coleman, Scott Brash's groom, knows how vital her job is.
My role is the show groom, so I go to every show with Scott and take the horses there and meet him there normally. Our day-to-day role is everything for the horse. I look after from the feeding, cleaning, taking him to the ring, travelling, everything. Routine for us is really important. When we're away, we try and keep everything the same, feeding, the times, what we feed. Every fine detail is what makes a difference at the end.
The extensive travel time involved means keeping the horses in top condition is a hard task.
The amount of stuff they need, from the food, the rugs, the saddle pads, and if something breaks, you have to have something spare. We normally have 2 or 3 big trunks full of equipment for the horses, especially when we're going away for a month at a time. It's ridiculous how much we need food-wise and haylage and bedding, everything.
However, the amount of time spent with them means they develop a special relationship.
You form a very big bond with all the horses, especially when you're with them. I'm with them all the time. I'm with the horses more than my family, most of my friends, so it's the important thing in my life. I try not to have favourites, but all of Scott's horses are brilliant. Obviously Sanctos is Sanctos, and it's amazing to look after him.
Although planning plays a big part, when things are going well, Hannah leaves nothing to fate.
So at the very beginning when I think Sanctos won the Grand Prix and World Cup in Oslo, and I wore the same saddle pad, so I was convinced that saddle pad was the clear round saddle pad. So we had it on for a few more weeks until we had a few not so good rounds. Little things like that. I don't like to change anything It's really funny that we look on the fly hats when they're in the ring. Sanctos has a little gem, and for every Grand Prix they always have a little gem. Yeah, I'm a little bit superstitious.
But when Scott takes over the reins and they enter the arena, all she can do is cross her fingers and wait.
I used to get terribly nervous watching Sanctos because he doesn't leave much room over the fences, and it's quite nerve-wracking watching him. Now I really enjoy watching them now. It's just lovely when he wins. And I'm very, very lucky because this horse is the best in the world, so can't get any better.
As afternoon moved into evening, the riders assessed the sun-drenched arena in preparation for round 2. A smooth-flowing course with no time limit was set out, and the crowds looked on in anticipation. But an unusual twist in proceedings saw all but 2 riders go clear.
First of the British riders through to the 3rd round.
That's another one.
Yep.
That's 5.
Christian Almond does it once again. There he is over the last. There's a strong support there, 76.60. Well, one more to take us up to 8. Could it be? Oh, yes.
Nice one. Yeah, lovely. That's 12.
Well, there you go. 12 of them.
What a treat in store. You don't often get 12 in a jump-off.
It would be a thrilling climax to the day's events, with British hopefuls Scott Brash and John Whitaker bringing up the rear. The guests were on the edge of their seats as several fences were raised to a formidable 1.65 meters. It would be a test of pace and agility to claim that top spot on the podium. The pressure proved too intense for Athena Onassis de Miranda of Greece. Robert Whitaker also struggled, accumulating 8 faults on catwalk 4. Penelope Lepreveau came close with just 1 bar down. And that same fence put an end to Kamal Abdullah Bahamdan's campaign.
Rolf-Göran Bengtsson, key round here. Casall Ask, never worse than 10th this year. Now, I would expect this one to jump it.
This is going to be fast. He has to be. He doesn't want to jump up a clear here and finish 5th.
That looked pretty good, didn't it, number
that
1?
Looked super. Yeah, and that's
tight.
Folded himself around that. And that. This horse is on song, isn't he? Now this huge double of verticals at the gallop. He's 2 seconds up there, isn't he? Now leave that up. He has a lovely stride there. Stood him away from it, didn't he, to get him off that front rail. This is very quick. Is he going to gallop to this now? Well, he's posted a real good one. He's left a bit, 34.91, but he's left them all up as well.
2 more pairings had their hopes dashed. Christian Alman and Jaime Azagaraga, which left just 5 riders, and Gerko Schroeder the next in line.
He might just try and post a reasonable clear.
I think so.
Because he would know that he's no chance of beating Scott if they both leave all the fences up on this horse. He's a lovely horse as he is, but I mean, he wastes a lot of time in the air, and he would be normally considerably slower than Sanctos, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, he'll be riding for the 2nd place, which is available at this moment.
Yeah. Leaving the fences up is the most important thing. We've only got 1 clear so far.
That's quite a good sign. He did 6 strides easily down to that yellow vertical, and that will be interesting for the riders to come.
Yeah. Strategic round, that, isn't it? Look at the time, 39.71.
Sheikh Ali Ben Khalid Al Thani and Vienna Olympic. Remember, 4th in the overall Longines Global Champions Tour Series so far. 4th spot's been his best position so far this season. And a chance for him to just grab a podium finish.
He's off at the gallop.
Oh, no.
Crikey, not like that.
Very tight.
Right, take a pull, Ali. It's all over for you today.
You go in.
See, Rolf left a little bit, but they've got to go that bit faster.
That's right.
They?
Yeah. I think Ali just went in there with a certain plan in his head. He'd been given all the instruction, and it's just so difficult to execute it just at the right time. But that turn to the second just
something
was too ambitious.
Yeah.
Rolf-Göran Bengtsson and Geerko Schroeder with the only 2 triple clears at this stage, with 3 left to come. 1 for France, 2 for Great Britain. Simon Delestre, Qlassic Bois Margot, winning rider from Antwerp this season. Has all the pace.
Long strider this is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the angle.
Needs to be.
He's just hanging on to him a bit there. 19, about the same time. Got that out of the way now. There's the time to beat. No need for me to say anything. He's got him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got him.
He's got him.
Ooh, bit wider. Bit wider. He hasn't. 35.63. So, there, Simon Delestre into second. Rolf-Göran Bengtsson leading the way, 34.91. Geerko Schroeder into third. Rolf-Göran Bengtsson watching. Can he clinch it? We've just got to wait and see. John Whitaker.
Come on,
Argento.
Come on, John, let him run. 3 clears so far. Good shot. Wants to be 19 at that one fence, doesn't he? Lon's legs working like pistons. Come on, Argento, leave him up. He's got to keep travelling here. He's about the same time, isn't he? There's the time to beat. Come on, John, he's got to gallop to the last. He can do it on this horse. He's surely got him. Come on, leave it up. Oh, he's done it. 30 for... No, not quite.
I do not know how John and Argento got off after the last fence.
What a great shot, though. Brilliant, John. Not quite good enough. This is a thriller now, isn't it?
34.99 into second. Scott Brash, last to go. Hello Santos, potentially to take over the lead in the Championship Series as well. David Broom watching just in front of him though. Lady Harris.
Where's he going to get it, James?
I think a little bit all the way around,
all the way
honest.
Around.
This horse is so quick.
He's just going to travel. He's got a longer stride than Argento, hasn't he?
He's like he's on rails. This is familiar territory for Scott.
Could they do it?
That's the same track, exactly. 7 strides, exactly.
He's just so quick on landing.
Now he's quick there, isn't he? Got to anchor him here. Oh, brilliant. Now then, at the same time. Oh, now he's got it. Now he can hunt home. One fence, he's got him. So close, pick up and jump it, and he's had it. 35.55, Sweden wins it. What a jump off.
A thrilling conclusion, with Simon Delestre claiming the 3rd step on the podium. Just 0.08 of a second separated John Whitaker from Rolf-Göran Bengtsson, who finished in just 34.91 seconds to take victory in London.
Of course, I feel very, very well. The jump off, I just rode as much as I could, and okay, it was close race to the end, and they have to really go and try to beat me, and my horse was doing everything today. It's a little bit lucky in the first round, but without luck you cannot win anything.
John's podium finish meant he topped the Whitaker's leaderboard, which for now made him their best rider.
Left it to the old one, didn't they? They all went good. Robert was actually really good. He was early to go in the jump off and probably tried to go a bit too fast, but what can you do when you've got so many coming after you? You know, he tried his best. William was very good, actually. He was unlucky fence down the first round. So, you know, it's tough. You have to just shake it off and keep going.
Christian Ahlmann maintained his 3rd place in the rankings, and despite his 6th place finish, Scott Brash gained 31 points which saw him back in first place in the Tour rankings, with a lead of 28 points over rival Luciana Diniz. But his spirits were slightly dampened, having failed to make it at British 1-2.
I'm pretty disappointed in myself, really. I just didn't think I rode a very good jump off at all, really. I thought the horse jumped fantastic, jumped really good. I felt I messed up a bit, but the horse jumped fantastic, and yeah, it's nice to be at the top of the leaderboard, but yeah, I'm a bit disappointed.
Round 12 travels to Valkenswaard, where the new Tops International Arena invites the best riders in the world to do battle in the spiritual home of the Longines Global Champions Tour.